for better or for worse, I am trying to continue working towards my goal of not only the 6.5 acre property that I've been trying to work on a little bit over the last 4 years, but the 140 acre property, which I have at least sent notice to the farmer renting all of our land that I'm planning on taking out of the annual lease starting next year, starting 2026. I do not know if he has seen that email yet. I sent the email. I know he doesn't check them that often. Then I sent a text message as well saying I sent an email, but I haven't heard from him. But my first initial goal for that property, knowing it's unlikely I'll be able to be there, I have no idea how much I'm going to be able to be there, whether just very, very rarely like now, or whether I'll be able to be there much more often, possibly even permanent at some point by the end of next year. No idea. So I'm not going to make plans on any major earthworks and any major building plans and stuff like that. All I'm trying to do is get control of it, have it not tilled anymore, not, other than maybe leveling it out, because it's got rice on it right now, and depending on how the weather is when they harvest it in October, if it's fairly dry, then it shouldn't be too bad, too rutted up and stuff. But if it's pretty wet, then it's going to be all rutted up. But the goal is to get it fairly smooth and to then drill in some kind of cover crop, probably a two-way mix in October if I can, get that to come up over winter, get winter killed, and then do a much more diverse mix in the spring. For that, I need a drill. The tractor I've got access to is a 40 horsepower John Deere, and while it's got plenty of power, the lifting capacity is not awesome. It also does not have rear hydraulic remotes. So I've been looking around, and I was thinking about getting one of these new. I think they're going for around $6,500, but this one popped up used, supposedly been used twice for about $4,800. It does need some work. It has been left outside, and apparently some of the plastic on it, because it's just a food plot. It's not really a farm level. It's a food plot, level implement. Some of the hoses and stuff, UV and dry rotted. Some of the cups may be messed up, and the little tabs where you open, some of those have been eaten through by mice. So that'll need to be done. Then I'll just have to go through the rest of it at some point, grease it, all that, check everything works, see what other maintenance needs to be done. The basket there is mainly what drives the rest of the implement. So I think there's chains inside there, and that's what makes everything turn. Doesn't really, these are known to not be really great. They need weight added to them, and as well as the close, there's no real closers like some of the bigger high dollar industrial drills or planters. There's just a bar that goes across with some metal flaps. It's supposed to kind of help close it up, but they're known not to do real well, and this one's kind of bent up anyway. Part of what's going to be interesting is just to see how that tractor lifts it, how much weight I can add to it, and then not only that, but once you add the seed. So what's the combined weight of the drill, the seed, and as much weight as I can put on it, depending on the soil conditions, to see if I can get the seeds down deep enough. Part of the reason he said he's getting rid of it is especially for soybeans. On his ground where he was going, it said it was real hard, and he could not get the soybeans deep enough to actually do anything. We'll have to see whether, what the soil in this field is like, and how it does. If you're not familiar with these, I think LMC, they're also branded LMC. You've got two seed boxes. One of them is for larger seeds, one of them is for smaller seeds. Fairly obvious this box is a little bit bigger, that one's a little bit smaller. The seed mixes I'm looking at, I don't know whether it's going to end up being all mixed together, or if there's enough diversity. Do I need to get like two different ones, the smaller seeds in the back, larger ones in the front, and try to get that dialed in for coverage. Trying to do 140 acres with a seed box that small, probably going to be a lot of filling, especially if you want to do it fairly dense and overseeded. But this is my commitment. I'm committed to doing what I can on this. So I got this for $4,800. I expect to spend $200, $300, $400 more at least, very, very minimum. And if I can get any germination, oh, here's the flaps. So you see some of those are bent up and stuff. We'll just have to see what happens, or if I can come up with some other scenario to help close it up and cover the seeds. But it's a start. This is 7 foot wide, which is just about the right, almost exactly how wide the tractor is. Don't have duals, so I needed at least as wide as the tractor. Anything bigger, I would have had to go to a pull behind, because it just doesn't have the lifting capacity. And for that, I need the rear hydraulics, which is something that can be worked around. But anyway, so yeah, and I don't have a shop, and I still don't have a whole lot of time to just dedicate to going through this. And really, to go through it properly, I need to be able to get it up in the air. So I either need to have it down there and get it off with the tractor, hook it up to the tractor and lift it so that I can check out bearings and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, but that's all I can do is try. All I can do until I have full control of my own time and can set my own schedule. Not a whole lot I can do. I am hoping to go to a conference here leaving this next week. And I've paid the ticket. I've got my Airbnb. Airbnb is paid for. And I do not know for sure, absolute sure, if I'm going to get to go and be able to stay. It's about a 6-hour drive one way. And there is some concern about whether I'm actually going to get to do this or not. If I do, it'll be the first time in 4 years I've been able to go anyplace. Especially overnight, much less for more than one night. So that's kind of weighing on my minds right now. I still need to mow at my other property. I just can't ever get down there. I don't know. Do the best I can. We'll see what happens. On the side note, yesterday I took my bike over to all the farms that we have to check them. And about halfway through the visits, I was going down a field road that had not been mowed or bush hogged. The grass was about knee high or higher, and apparently I'm guessing I hit a rut or something and took quite the tumble. You see the windshield? That should be up on the front of the bike. The mirrors are stripped or something. They're both like that. That one's actually missing the glass. I think the handlebars warped a little bit, and it is sitting all the way down. Now, when I was able to pick it up, I don't remember it being that low, but then once I got it picked up and everything started going again, within about 3 miles, it just started feeling kind of funny, and I wasn't sure whether I had a flat tire. And then I noticed it's sitting all the way down. Now, this is the bike I just put that brand new Olin's Fancy Dancy shock on. And I didn't hit anything that hard. I mean, I wasn't jumping. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I was just riding down the country road on second gear, and went over to the, it went to one side, and I did a somersault. And so, I mean, no major suspension hits. But I don't know. I guess something must have leaked the pressure out. I would have thought with a 180 to 210 pound spring that it wouldn't sit all the way down, but it's acting like there's no shock absorber there at all. And I haven't looked at it anymore. I'll have to pull it out and put the jack under it, jack it up, and see if the back tire even falls down. If it won't even go down, then I don't know. I'll pull the seat off and just pull off some panels and see what's going on. If it is just the shock, I'll just take the shock off, maybe send that back and put the original back on it. And if I want to upgrade the shock in the future, maybe I need to stick with one that doesn't have a remote reservoir. Yeah, expensive lesson. But this will be for maybe a couple of weeks from now before I get back to it. Luckily, I'm not hurt. I'm just a little sore. But and it ran, but I was 30 miles away from the house, and there were times when it seemed to really be bogging, and definitely I was hitting the tire. I wasn't sure if the tire maybe hitting the inside of the fender or something, making it hard to run. Hopefully, there shouldn't be anything wrong with the engine. I can't imagine no harder than I hit why there'd be anything wrong with the engine. I mean, I got all these crash bars on. It didn't even do anything to the gear levels. I mean, it just hit that. I mean, these are fairly flimsy, and the windshield is fine. It just kind of broke the little plastic, the bolts or whatever, how they connect in. So I should be able to put that right back on. It's not like it split it. But anyway, it's pretty much out of commission. Although I gotta admit, having that back end down that low kind of sets it at an interesting stance. It's almost like a bagger. It's like a dual sport bagger almost. I almost kind of like it. It's a lot easier for my short legs to hit the ground. But yeah, that happened. So